love how God works. And I love that in God's timeline, nothing is ever wasted. What seems unimaginable to you and I in the moment, before Him has beauty and wonder if we're just willing to walk it out with Him. And a case in point is that several years ago, I was working on the ranch and it was the end of the week and we were buttoning the ranch up for the weekend and the kids were helping me put everything away. And it was that golden light of evening in this beautiful warm summery afternoon. And I remember I was sweeping off the sidewalk and I noticed a truck and trailer coming up the driveway that I had never seen before and thought that was odd. And they came all the way up into the yard and they turned the truck and trailer around and they didn't talk, they didn't smile, they didn't wave. They just came up and spun a circle, didn't even turn the truck off. And this man got out and said, I'm dispersing my herd and I have horses that I've been giving away to kids programs and I have one left and she's the worst horse I've ever encountered. She's terrible. This horse is so afraid and so jumpy and so spooky that she's the worst kid's horse I've ever encountered. And I remember thinking, if somebody talked about me like that, I think I would shake with terror too. And it just broke my heart. And this little horse, she was so small, I could just see the tops of her ears through this old ratty stock trailer. And I walked over to the trailer and peered inside. And inside was this tiny, beautiful little bay Arabian mare. And she stood there, just total body tremors, just shaking all over. And she just had so much fear. And all I could think of is what you must be going through in this moment to make your whole body shake with terror. I don't know what your story is, but I know what your future is going to be. And it starts right here, right now, as love steps forward, because that's what love does. And I said, yeah, I'll take her. Let's get her out. And this man, as I said, he didn't even turn the truck off. He just yanked the rope free and we brought this little horse to the edge of the trailer. And I remember the trailer was high and she was really small. And she came up to the edge and she looked like, this is really far from me. And then she just looked around and I said, are you ready for your new life? And she just jumped into what became everything that God had planned. This special, perfectly designed little horse. She shook for 3 days. I don't know why. I don't know what she had endured before she got here. I only know that once she was here, that she learned that these will never hurt you, ever. And that the people in this place are here to love you and to support you and encourage you forward. And we're gonna pour so much of the love of Jesus into you. You're gonna be so full that then you just give it out. And that's exactly what happened. In a very short amount of time, this blessed little horse that's name was Cassidy became so flooded with love and with hope and joy and peace that she became the point horse on the ranch for every kid who came. She was every kid's best friend. And this little horse that was a reject, that was miles from being driven into oblivion, became one of the cornerstones of our session riding program here at Crystal Peaks. And the only thing that she needed was love. That was the only thing that was needed to be poured into her life for her to become everything that Jesus had designed her to be. There is no such thing in this life as senseless pain. Senseless pain exists only on this side of heaven. God's plan always makes sense to Him. And because she came as a fearful horse, every other kid that came up the hill had identity with her. And that if you got through your fear, maybe, just maybe, I can get through my fear too. And we would put these two together and watch Jesus do in the hearts of these children what he had already done in the heart of this precious little mare who to this day is one of the finest horses we have ever encountered. And her history is worthlessness. You have no value because you don't fit our mold. When God says, just add love and let me show you what real value is. You see, God forgets no one and he forgets nothing. And everything that you have ever been through in this life that seems so hurtful and unimaginable and unescapable in your pain, in your fear, in your anger, in your suffering, in your uncertainty and unsurety, God says, I have not forgotten one of those moments. And if you give those moments to me, I will pour my love into you, and the forgotten places of your heart will be filled with my love. And then every one of those events has beauty and value for those who are a couple steps behind you that need hope. That's what love does. And that's what Cassidy does every day on this ranch. And she's been so redeemed by the love of God that most horses, a horse lifespan is about 30 years. Cassidy's 33, and she's still carrying children to this day because that's what the power of love does. It knows no end when it comes from God. And what he has healed in her, he can heal in anyone who just believes that he can.